Welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill and I am so ecstatic to cover this brand new silhouette on the channel today. Shout out to my Nike fam as well as Zellerfeld for sending the Air Max 1000s my way. This is in the lovely oak colorway. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, thanks for stopping on by. Be sure to hit that subscribe down below if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these unboxing and styling segments. Today we are going to be covering a brand new silhouette on the channel, and actually the first 3D printed silhouette that we've done on the channel. So super excited to cover the Air Max 1000s. These look insane in hand. So we'll go through the overview of these, jump into size and fit, which I know a lot of you have been asking about. Then we'll talk about how I style this really creamy oat colorway. Then we'll conclude with where you can find these and how much they will be selling on the retail market. Let's jump right into it. So Nike has been a huge fan of Zellerfeld for some time, so it makes sense that they tapped them to design and create this amazing silhouette. So again, these are called the Air Max 1000. This is a fully 3D printed silhouette. For those of you who have seen 3D printed sneakers, they are insane. There's nothing cooler than seeing a product being put through a printer, and basically almost like reminds me kind of like an easy bake oven where you open it, it goes ding, and then it pops out. Of course, this takes a lot longer than that, but this specific color will be dropping in two different colorways. So again, I have the oat tone. There's also a black color scheme as well, which will be a Zellerfeld exclusive. So I really think I'm gonna have to go for the black pair as well, just as a New Yorker, and most of you know me, I love me some all black fit.
I only work in black, and sometimes very, very dark gray.
So may have to snag a pair since I am absolutely in love with this one. So as far as 3D printing, Nike has not been shy with 3D printing, as they have been doing it since 2013. For those of you who remember, they did the Vapor Laser Talon football cleat, and then a couple years later, they continued working with 3D printed options. A prime reason for doing 3D printing was basically to be more efficient, as well as being just less wasteful in general, which is kind of been Nike's motto for quite some time. So it's really just cool to see that they went all in with this Air Max 1000. As far as the look and feel of the silhouette, it does look a little bit chunkier, I feel like, in images, but in hand, especially when I put these on foot and you see it, look at it in this angle, it does have more of a narrow kind of shaping from the top, though it does get a little bit wider and broader as you look at the midsole section here. But on foot, these actually do not look as big as I imagined. They actually look really, really nice and not that chunky. So the whole shape and feel of this kind of looks like a little nice wave structure and texture, but this is blends of weave textiles, which basically were digitally molded layer by layer, which is really, really cool. So you can see that this is a very just monochromatic color scheme. As you can see, it's all in this oat colorway, and this weaving process here is so sick. So this basically kind of replicates more of a narrow woman's tongue in a sense. It's a lot more narrow than on any male-based products, where I feel like this helps with it being a bit more fitted. But I do love that they decided to go with a laceless product as well. These are really, really easy to slip on and off, and they fit quite snug. So you can kind of see at the top, the shaping of this gives that really nice kind of narrow fit, so it really will hug around the shape of your ankles. Then we've got the lovely Nike right here, which is debossed. Again, just blends very nicely with the color scheme of the sneaker itself. So let's take a look at those details on that upper, and then we'll move along to the side paneling. As the side paneling goes, again, we've got some more debossed swoosh marks on the side panels for the lateral and medial side of the sneaker. One of the parts I love is the cut and shaping on the collar here. It's got kind of a lip that raises off the back of the heel, but it really just gives it some nice futuristic textures, really making this sneaker look like a piece of art. And then on the back, we've got Air, which is embossed, and it really gives this kind of 3D effect with this really cool woven look, which I love. I think playing with textures is always so fun on sneakers, and they just did such a great job with really putting different types of textures throughout the sneaker itself. And then of course, just you've got these really cool details on the woven parts of the sneaker. Again, it's in that oak colorway with the different textures though. It really just adds a little bit more flavor to the product. As far as the interior goes, it does say that these are made in Germany. There's not really an insole in here, as you can see, so that's kind of cool. I feel like you definitely don't need them. As far as what the product feels like, this definitely has a lot of cushion, almost a marshmallow effect to it. As far as the weight goes, I will say that these are a lot heavier than I expected them to be, but I do like that there's a little bit more weight to them just because it gives it a bit more of a sturdier feel. As far as flexibility goes, when you actually kind of use both your fingers on each side, it's got this nice kind of squishy feel to it, almost like you've got some nice air pockets in there. But again, it makes the fit and feel of this a little bit more secure. I don't know if some of you have watched videos on other people who have made 3D printed sneakers. They are a bit more flimsy and wear and tear is quite easy on them, where this product really does feel a lot sturdier, and with that kind of heavier feel to it, it feels like this is going to have a lot more longevity than just your typical 3D product that you've probably seen pumped out on other channels. As far as other color schemes go, the only other colorway that you're going to see is this bright pop of orange, which is in the air bubble here. So as far as just kind of sneakers that I could relate this to, I know that that was one of the questions in the poll that people were asking. I feel like this has the design of an Air Max 95 outsole, and then as far as an Air Max 1 model, this also has the mudguard of an Air Max 1. So just a lot of key kind of sneakers where I feel like their kind of heritage was intertwined into the making of the Air Max 1000, really just making a cutting edge looking product. And again, just really cool to see what this looks like in hand. Photos definitely do not do this justice. As far as the outsole goes here, this is a really cool outsole too. As you can see, that dual kind of texture. And again, look at this 3D swoosh on the bottom here. This is just super unique. It's very rare that I've ever seen a kind of dual texture like this on the bottom of an outsole. So I just love these just subtle details that they've kind of added into the mix on these. But again, it's really just cool to see as well where sneakers are going as far as future models. And I do think that 3D printing is something we're going to see on the market way more often. And I do think that visually, this is something that we couldn't have made without 3D printing and the technology that we have today. And so Zellerfeld really just did an impeccable job with bringing this really cool, quirky, fun, futuristic idea to life. And it's just really cool to see what these feel like on foot. So let's take a look at those last and final details. All right, so as far as size and fit goes, this does not come in half sizing, so do take that into consideration when you're trying to figure out what size and fit you are. As far as the look of these do look a lot wider than they actually are. So again, if you hold the product up this direction, you can kind of see that it has a bit more of a narrow fit. I went with a men's size 7, so I'm typically in that half size range, which is a 7.5. These fit me perfectly, but again, I do have quite narrow feet. So if you have flatter, wider feet and you are someone like myself that runs in that half size range, I would recommend sizing up on these. All right, so now let's talk about styling these. Okay, so as far as the oak colorway goes, this is such a dreamy, easy color combination to style with. Definitely something you can wear year round. If you got the black pair, even more simplified to style. But for this, I decided to keep it pretty simple. So I decided to wear some nice, just brown suede shorts with a nice cream tank top. Definitely brown hues, I think, will just really pair quite nicely with this, or cream aesthetics as well will pair nicely.
And I'm afraid you'll say you're happier where you are, and you really don't mind being apart. When you're far away, is it weighing on your heart? I know it treats you well, but I can't love you more than Arizona, Arizona. Show you that I can love you more than Arizona, Arizona.
So for the second look, I went with more of a monochromatic look, more comfy. So I decided to wear all cream, and I went with a cream pair of sweatpants. I had a cream crossbody bag and a cream sweat crew neck short sleeve shirt.
Blue sky, paradise, Fiji on ice. But girl, I see, kiss you better than the sun. Thought you would never return. Yeah, now make you feel the fever. Whoa. And I'm afraid you'll say you're happier where you are. I know it treats you well, but I can't love you more than Arizona, Arizona.
And then for the last and final look, decided to wear some khaki pants in a nice light khaki brown tone. And then for the top, I wore this Jeep Wrangler tee that kind of had the same kind of color aesthetics with some oranges and cream tones in it.
Let me show you that I can love you more than Arizona, Arizona. Let me show you that I can love you more than blue sky, paradise, Fiji on ice. But girl, I see blue sky, paradise, Fiji on ice. I can't love you more than.
So So definitely this is a fun futuristic product to wear. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily a performance-based sneaker. This would be very hard to perform in, but as far as lifestyle goes, this is a great looking sneaker on foot and just again, really fun and easy to style.
Trouble never been so fine. Ew, ew. A bad girl by design. Ew, ew. I know I'm one of a kind. Let's go. And I'm gonna blow your mind. I glow like a halo. You think I'm an angel. One touch and it's fatal. Never going back, baby, nah, 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 nah. There's nothing you can do to fight it. And I just can't deny it. I look so good being a bad girl. So good. Yeah, look so good. Ooh. I look so good being a bad girl. Looking so good. Bad girl.
So now let's talk about how much these will be going for on the retail market. So these are retailed at $180. You've probably seen a lot of images of earlier models that were already released. So this also came in a blue colorway as well as a red colorway right around the time of Paris Fashion Week. As far as these two color options go though, I feel like they're a bit more wearable than the first two colors that actually dropped. These will be dropping on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and this will be a draw for just the oat colorway. So good luck to anybody who wants to go after the oat color. If you want the black colorway, that will be exclusive to the Zellerfeld website. So definitely stay tuned if you want to snag a pair there. All right, that is it for this unboxing and review. If you tuned in, thank you so much. A huge shout out once again to Zellerfeld as well as the Nike team for sending these my way. Really appreciate this really cool personalized note as well. These sneakers mean the world to me. I've been a huge fan of 3D printed anything, especially with my cosplay that I love doing. So super ecstatic to rock these all over New York City. If you're going for a pair this week, good luck to you. Again, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave those in the comments down below. If you joined for the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We will catch you all next episode.
Looking so good.